few videos here on how you can use SPSS, how you're going to be able to bring in data from an Excel file or whatever else using VLab's remote desktop, and how to massage the data and how to do some basic analysis in SPSS. Alright, this first video is going to be about accessing SPSS via remote desktop, and also a little bit of overview of the next videos. The next video is going to be on preparing data for import into SPSS. Then I'm going to have a video on the Variables tab in SPSS. There are two tabs when you look at SPSS, just like tabs in an Excel spreadsheet. One of the tabs is the Data tab, and if you look at that, you see all your data, just like a spreadsheet. And the other tab is called Variables, and that has a lot of commands that you can make to give labels to your data so that when you do the output, it looks really great. And then some basics on analysis in SPSS. In other words, how do you calculate a mean, a standard deviation, or do an inferential test. Alright, first is accessing SPSS. I would really like to show you this, but it doesn't work on my computer at Millersville. However, I do have SPSS, so I'm going to be able to demonstrate SPSS, but not what it looks like on the remote. Now remember that you all already settled those out, and everybody was able to log on, so that means that you have access to SPSS. But that's not really the issue. Well, that was the issue. Now we're past that. Now the issue is, how do you get data to the remote desktop and how do you get it back? It's not so simple as just doing the file open command, because you're actually operating on a different computer. And if you have a data file saved on your computer, it's not necessarily available through the file open command on the remote desktop. It'd be like if I'm on my computer at home, I can't open up a file on your computer, right? So you need a way to be able to open files on this remote desktop. Right. Since I can't do this, I don't know which of these two methods will work. I know one will for sure. One I'm not sure about. The first possibility is to save your data on a USB drive. This will be, if this one works, this is the easier one. Then when you're in the remote desktop, you're in SPSS, do the file open command and navigate to the USB drive. If that does not work, I am not sure that the VLabs will access your USB drive. It doesn't on a Mac, but I think it does on a Windows machine. Then your second alternative is to email your data to yourself in an email application that you can run on a browser. Then open up a browser once you're in the remote desktop. Open up your email, save the data file to the desktop, and then open it up in SPSS. Hope that made sense. Now you can anticipate the answer next is after you're done working in SPSS, you're going to have some output. So new files, analysis files. You're going to need to save those, and you're going to be able to need them on your home computer. So you got to get them from the remote computer to your home computer. Same advice. So if you can access the USB drive, then your easiest thing is just save it to the USB drive. You're done. No problems. If that doesn't work, then your option is to save it to the desktop on the remote computer, email it to yourself, and now you've got it. Now keep in mind that I believe you'll be able to save things to the desktop on the remote computer, but after you log off and log back on again, it's going to be gone. So you always want to make sure you email it to yourself or save it on the USB drive. One last thing, I do think you can save it on the desktop, but if you can't, I'm sure you can save it in My Documents. There's going to be a place that you can save it on that remote computer. But it won't be there when you come back, right? So you got to get it out before too long, especially if you do much work that you want to save.